One of the keys to taking advantage of the automations that EstateAssist offers is to keep your receipts or assets updated with regard to their disposition. And this makes a difference for your ability to have automated forms for transfers like 9Cs and 12s, to have automated accountings, whether they're partial or final and distributive or whatever type of accounting you're doing, and to have your account registers updated so you always know how much money you have in each of the financial accounts in an estate. And so we just want to take a couple minutes to see how this works most efficiently so that you can keep your assets and receipts updated. So we've got a case dashboard up here, and we're going to go to the receipt screen where we see our list of assets in the estate. And we're going to take a look at this 2015 Toyota Tacoma. And as we see here, we still have a red dot because it has not been disposed of yet. Nothing's happened to it yet. And we also see that we don't have any disposition documents or PDFs over here. So what we want to do is we'll open that up. Of course, we have our asset information up here and some of the details about the vehicle. For time's sake, we have gone ahead and entered our buyer information, so we will plan on selling this vehicle as part of the estate today. And we come to our intended disposition section. So this is asking, what do you expect to do with this asset? And of course, our options are that we can expect to transfer it to someone within the family, one or more people, or we can expect to sell it. And for today, we're going to go ahead and say that we plan to sell it by private sale for the best price obtainable for cash. And we do have save buttons kind of up and down the screen for speed and convenience, so I'm just going to press save. And now we're still red because we haven't sold it yet, but notice we now have our 9C. Okay, that now pops up here, which will allow us to automatically populate the document. See, it has the vehicle information, the court information, the case information, and it has our buyer information. So that is now available because we told the app, hey, we expect to sell this, and we put in the buyer's information. The 9C would also come up for this county anyway if we had said that we were going to transfer it in kind, or we expected to. And the 9C shows up because that's an application document, right? That's asking to do this thing, so we intend to do it, but we haven't done it yet. And just a side reminder, I do have a lot of people ask, is the 9C a standard form? It is not. It's technically a local form, but of course it does exist in an awful lot of counties and an awful lot of versions. And so we are adding it for every county as we go. But now let's say we've gone ahead and sold that vehicle to Bob. So we marked it that we intended to do it. We filed our 9C. And then Bob showed up with the money and we sold it. And so now we want to dispose of it. Now first, notice we have this little disposition link over here. That's just to kind of speed things up. If we click that, it opens up the Toyota Tacoma screen, but it jumps us right down to the disposition section, just to let you go faster. So you don't have to go there and scroll up and down to find it. So we click that, and of course there are two things we could have done in disposing of it. We could have transferred it in kind, or we could mark it as that it was sold, liquidated, deposited, so on. So of course we've sold it. Let's say that we sold it for $19,000, since we've got that as an option here already. Of course you could type in any number. I'm just trying to move quickly. And our liquidation date, we could select the date it was sold. If we don't put anything, it's going to default to today's date. And same with deposit date. If we don't put in the date of depositing the funds, that's going to default to today's date. Now we get to decide what account it's deposited into. EstateAssist is going to default to the estate account if you have a separate estate account. But you can also, of course, select any of the financial accounts in the estate if you're depositing money into multiple accounts throughout your estate. And last but not least, if the proceeds are less than the sale amount, the deposit amount is less than the proceeds amount, then you could put that in here. That's mostly going to come up in real estate sales, right? So you sell for $200,000, but you actually got $195,000 to deposit because of, closing costs and things like that. And that just allows the register to update and know exactly how much got deposited. So if I update those few things and click Save, a few different things happen now. One, notice that the Toyota Tacoma has now gone to green. Okay. And then, let me get this. Sorry, my recording software, you can't see it, but it's in the way. There we go. Then if we go back out to our case dashboard and go to our account register, notice the proceeds from the sale of the Tacoma are now deposited into the account register, so we're keeping our updated register. And so disposing of an asset, marking what happened to it, updates everything throughout the system and is a really important part of the process. And so whenever you have things being transferred away, when those titles get executed or those 12s get filed, or whatever the transfer is of an asset, or whenever you liquidate something, you just want to jump into your receipt screen and update those things, and then everything updates. Your registers, your pleadings, your accounting, everything is done from there.